Hey everybody, welcome back to the AD&D 2nd edition channel. I'm going to be showing you my latest pickups here. Pretty interesting stuff. Basically just two different items. Well, one was a multi-items in a bag at one of the thrift shops, but I want to show you a couple items here just to keep up to date with the things that I've been finding out in the thrift shops. The first thing, which is super cool, although not really up my alley because I'm a Dungeons & Dragons guy, but I figured this would be definitely worth it, is this, what do you call it, Liber Chaotica, which is volume 4. So this is pretty cool. This is like for Warhammer art, I'm pretty sure of it. But if you check it out, it's like in pretty good shape all around. I mean, maybe like a few flaws. That's actually a little bit of dust or something on there. There's a couple of dings in it, but otherwise it's pretty good, and I'm just going to use that to flip. It goes for a pretty penny, I think, online. So if any of you are into different kinds of wargaming and you'd be interested in this, I'm totally willing to do a trade for this, and we'll figure something out. But really cool, like I was just showing you there, just like lots of different artwork and a whole bunch of, you know, lore and everything around it. Really neat book. So again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to end up doing with that, but it's either going to be for sale, or if, like I said, if anyone wants to trade for it, I'm more than happy to do that. Then in this bag, and I took everything out of the bag just because I don't want to make a whole bunch of me crinkling bag noises, but for $4 today, I found this. I ended up paying like $4.50 with tax. Is a whole bunch of different hero Clix, which is really cool. And I'll use some of these. Now here's some bases to start with. I'll show you these here. There's just some bases here that I don't really know a whole lot about. It just says Fragment Namor. I always say that name wrong. And just like Fragment Cyclops and so on, but these are just bases that pieces attached to, so nothing like crazy there, but they were in the bag. And then you have Aquaman. I don't think I'll be able to necessarily repurpose him, but still, like, I'm obviously looking at these for D&D usage. Here's Harlequin. She's broken off of her base a little bit. Again, kind of hard to use that, although maybe a Jester, that might work out. Here's Kid Flash. So if you can think of any use of Kid Flash for what we're doing here at D&D, but I think his arm is also broken off at some point, so not necessarily totally useful, but things that I'll get into are a little more useful. Here's and obviously I'd do a different paint job on this, but here's Dazzler, but it really looks like, you know, a mage kind of thing. Sorry about the focus there. Obviously some sort of mage could definitely be a good stand-in for that. We've also got here Lady Deathstrike. So again, that's almost ready to go right there. If you take a look at that kind of paint job, not too shabby at all. And let's see here. I think considering like other mage, this might be something very useful, other than maybe the head thing, but you know, you could do a little bit of a tiny touch-up repainting, and I think that would make a definitely cool mage. I don't know about Wonder Woman here, if she's going to be totally useful for anything. The fact that they did this and blocked out her face, kind of interesting, and not really the best paint job, I don't think, on this one, but still cool nonetheless. What else was in here? So let's see here. There's the Hulk. Obviously I could definitely use that for some kind of mini, maybe a repainter or something, just to, you know, make it not look necessarily like the Hulk when you put it out there. And what do we got here? This one is Solstice. So I don't know if that's a pretty cool looking mini right there. I mean, obviously you could use that for something or other. Some sort of elemental, perhaps. And then we'll get into, let's see. I'm not sure if there's a race that necessarily look like that. I think I would definitely do like some dry brushing on that, though. It's just very plain green, and there's lots of detail here that a nice dry brush and a wash would definitely bring out. I don't know if there's a race like that in D&D. I've never encountered one. If there is, so you let me know. But this was you know, it's Sauron. And then this as well. This is Beast Boy in cat mode, so definitely like you could use that for something, that's for sure. But sort of the very big miniature here. Oh, I forgot this other base here. Another one of these bases. The big miniature here is going to be this one, which is really epic, I think. This is the Phoenix first. You can kind of see that right here. This thing's huge. I mean, and all of these actually come off of here, and I'll show those in a second, but check that out. That is definitely a large size miniature right there, and definitely useful for something for sure. I'm not sure what that would equate to in Dungeons and Dragons, but I couldn't leave that behind. It's way too cool. And all these little pieces that I picked off are actually different people that go on those bases I showed you already. They've just been sort of like, whatever you call them, like Phoenix-ized. Hard to see. Oh, there we go. There she is. You can see them like in there. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's cool nonetheless. I really think that's kind of neat. Again, elementals of some kind, and you could like do up a paint job on them. I'm trying to find exactly. There you go, right there, where she's at. Sorry about the focus again, kind of a pain focusing this. There's another one. Pretty neat though, and for the price I couldn't beat it really, and I think these will definitely be useful for D&D. But here, if you take a look at like the final count here, we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 minis there for, you know, let's see, what was it, $3 or $4.50 approximately. So pretty good deal. Definitely some usable for D&D. If you can think of any uses for any of these, you know, for repurposing, or what you would do to change some of these around, make them usable for D&D, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.